So I was at the bar Saturday night watching the game, and go Knicks, by the way. But anyway, I was sitting next to this man, and we wound up sparking up a conversation, and he was telling me how he's been married for 4 years. All right, so I'm like, okay, 4 years, cool, And I was like, you know, how did you meet? I always like them stories of how you met. You dig? So I was like, how did you meet? He said he met his wife at Hooters. And as soon as he saw her, this is what he told me. He told me that he said that he knew that she was the one, and he grabbed her arm and said, "You're gonna be my wife." And I said, "What was her response?" And he said she looked at me and said, "Ugh," and walked away. And I said, "Wow." But they wound up getting married. So obviously this man has some type of seeing to the future vision of, he claimed it. He said it was going to happen. He manifested, bow, this is his wife. So he also told me that his wife had already had a child before they had got together. So this is an Asian woman too, right? So, and I find that to be funny because I thought to work at Hooters, you had to have big Hooters. I've never seen an Asian with big Hooters. So I asked him to show me a picture because, of course, I needed proof of this. And he did. And so I don't know. Maybe he paid for him. I don't know. But I said, well, what do you do? Because she looks expensive. The pictures he was showing me, Gucci this, Chanel that. Now, mind you, she's Chinese or Asian, whatever. So I'm pretty sure she got connects with DH Gate and all of them people out there. So maybe all of it's fake. I don't know. But she was like dressed to the T in every picture that she showed me. And so in her son, you could tell he got some black in him, put it that way. He got the eyes, but he got some black in him, the hair and the skin complexion. So I'm like, oh, she like black guys, you dig? So, but he was telling me how he's having a hard time trusting her because she works at Hooters. So he knows that other guys are going to try to holler at her just like he did. You know what I mean? And of course, it's her job to be friendly because she wants them tips, But what other tips is she looking for? You know what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, so I didn't say nothing. I'm laughing inside my head, but I can't laugh in front of the man. But he's a little tipsy, so he's talking a little bit too much. And I know what you guys are going to say. Get to the point. Your videos are too long. But anyway, so I was like, okay, cool. How can I dig deeper? I said, so do you plan on having kids with Miss Hooters? And he said, if it was up to me, I'd have 10 kids. So the reason why he said it was up to him, it sounds like she don't want no more kids, and he just has to deal with that truth. So I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Right? So I said, well, has she ever cheated? And he said, I don't know. He said, but lately I've been feeling strange. So I need you guys to help me out. The moral of the story is, do you guys think she's cheating? So he said he doesn't go through phones or anything like that. But lately they haven't been having relations. And they used to have relations all the time. Now, so I said, well, where is she at tonight? Why is she not here at the bar with you? He said she's at work. I said, so why aren't you at the job? You can still go to Hooters and sit at the bar. You don't have to watch her or whatever. But he said he used to go to her job on the weekends. And then she stopped him from doing that. So now he comes to my favorite bar. And I find that to be strange because what do you mean? As long as he's sitting at the bar and he ain't bothering nobody, why can't he come to your job? Boom. Number one, suspicion, right? She don't want him there because she wants to be able to talk to other men, or maybe her other boo be there. Who knows? So he's like, yeah, she's been picking up a lot of weekend shifts. Before she would only work sometimes. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Stranger danger. There was strange people walking past my window. I didn't want them to hear our business. Minus, I said R. Anyway, but so he said lately she's been working more, picking up more hours at Hooters. He said, I'm the breadwinner. I make all the money. She doesn't even have to work. She's choosing to work. I'm like, dang, she's choosing to work. Flag number 2. What woman chooses to work when they don't have to? Even if you do choose to work, why of all specific jobs would you choose Hooters? You have a man already willing to take care of you, paying all the bills. He's keeping you laced up in Chanel and Gucci and all of that stuff. So that's red flag number 2, bro. Anyway, so this is the kicker. This is the last thing right here. He said she already had a bunch of male friends before they even got together. And she specifically told him that she's not getting rid of her male friends. He said, but she has too many and they're always contacting her. I said, well, maybe they're contacting her, asking her for advice. Maybe they want the female perspective of what they're going through with their women. He's like, no. When a man hits you over a certain hour, it's past 11 o'clock, it's past 12 o'clock, that's a problem. I said, sir, you know what? He's right. Men have intuition too, believe it or not. So if he thinks that his wife is cheating, maybe she is. Because, there's a lot of traffic in Hooters. Now, I don't know what Hooters is like now because I ain't been in a while. But back in the day, Hooters was the spot if you wanted to see some. You know what I mean? Yeah, the wings is good too, but why not wings and titties, right? Titty Tuesday, right? It is Tuesday. But anyway, so I want y'all opinion. Do y'all think his wife is cheating on him? I think he may be overreacting. But this is the thing. He's kind of a square. And when he showed me pictures of his wife, she bad. I ain't gonna lie. Asian persuasion. So anything is possible. I think, I, I, I don't know. But I listen, like I said, he might see this TikTok video. I don't know. I don't really know that man. We had one night conversation. Like I said, he was a little bit too drunk, told me a lot of his business. But you know what? I do have radar for people who are getting cheated on. Maybe because I was cheated on. I don't know. But I do have radar that so when he sat next to me, I felt like he needed to talk. So I'm going to keep this video short since you guys say my videos are too long. We're going to stop this shit at 6 minutes instead of 10. But drop a comment and let me know, do you think that his wife is cheating on him? Because if so, I need to do more investigating. But she works at the Hooters in Kenneth. You did not hear that from me. But if you see her in there, tell her husband thinks she's cheating. Nah, I'm just kidding. Because if y'all go to Hooters and look for her, I shouldn't have even said that. She not there. She not there. But still, we're gonna end this.